Whenever you want, I can
All
call
right,
the order. All right, so I'll call the order, And, attendance was taken, and we did establish a quorum. We did have a presentation today, but he got wrapped up in some, I don't know, somebody that was gonna come out and do, some inspections out to 911. So we're gonna try, I spoke to him, we're gonna try to do, for February meeting, we're gonna try to do a presentation then for 911 to see what he's has in plan as to what's new that will affect all of us. I do need a motion to approve. We have a form, so I do need a motion to approve our August 12th minutes.
I'll make that motion.
Second?
I'll second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
All right, under old business, there was some discussion about the CERC plan regarding updating it, because what I have the final plan dated August 29th, 2019. And I believe we had a committee back then, but I'm not sure who was on the committee. I'm not sure who looked at it. Any thoughts at this meeting as to, I mean, I'll pick it up, I'll take a look at it. I promised to do it at the last meeting, but things got a little busy. But I'll try, I've got it right here. So I'll try to take a look at it. Everyone should have a copy of it, of the Comprehensive Emergency Response Plan,
I can send it out.
better known as SERP. And if you see anything, yeah, I think it might be a good idea. Send it out, and then if any of the committee members see anything that might stand out. Because here we are in 2025, so plans, going into 2026, 7 years old, so. That's the only thing I really saw that really stood out on the minutes. All right, under old business. Anybody have anything they'd like to bring up under old business?
Mr. Chairman, Red Cross conducted 2 training sessions earlier this month. It was mostly the ladies auxiliaries were involved, but they're gonna be working, kind of helping out with the shelters and things like that. And then also in the event we have a burnout victim or something like that, we're gonna assist the Red Cross with helping those folks out, find, establish homes and things like that.
Do we have any shelters? I think we spoke about that. Any shelters that we can,
We have Red Cross has contracts throughout the county for shelter.
with some shelters, okay.
And they're working on updating the list, I believe, from the discussion they had earlier in the month, so.
Okay. Would be nice if they could furnish that, forward that over to the committee.
I'll pass that along.
Yeah, it would be nice if they could do that, once they have the list. Okay, under new business was the grand opening, October 31st, Halloween. Who attended? Anybody?
Yeah.
How was it? Good?
Well,
Nice.
very nice ceremony, well attended,
Nice building and everything?
beautiful building.
They were starting to put the desks in now. It looks,
Right.
instead of that
Yeah.
next big room, now it's all
There's hardly any room in there.
Exactly.
All that stuff laid
It's all
out.
filled up now.
like a maze. Yeah.
Got a few days of when radio install started already, so.
Maybe I can get out there, I'm walking a little bit better, I can get out there and see Kevin, take a look at it. Okay, so we're gonna do a business meeting, we're gonna go around the table and see what we have. Emergency management's not here, emergency.
Oh, that's
Marcus.
Oh, yeah, you're here.
Yeah, on the hazard mitigation, it's so before the towns right now, just working on the resolution, things like that, so we're moving forward with that.
Still waiting for some towns to approve it.
Yeah, I believe so, yeah. We had a meeting last week with CPA with the state, working on, those plans and things like that. Went pretty well, it was well attended. So we're taking all the information from that, we'll create a draft, we'll send it out for review, and, we'll make comment after that.
Is there a rough draft for that now, or is there any?
Yeah, it's just, meeting was just last week,
Okay,
so, yeah, I don't think it's even formulated yet.
Okay.
It will be a rough draft and we'll send it out.
Anything else?
I don't think so.
PJ?
There's gonna be a change in ambulance service providers in the southern part of the county beginning January 1st. NDP had sold out to Empress, but the towns had decided to, contract and keep it, local community-based ambulance services. So, beginning January 1st, not everything is signed and sealed yet, but the indication is that, Greenport and Copape will be covering the southern part of the county. Versus Empress.
Is that a good thing?
That's a very good thing.
Is it? Okay. It's good news. That's good to hear. Do you have anything else? No?
Yeah, that's it.
Any new equipment?
No new equipment.
No new equipment. Do you have Central Hudson here? No. That's no. State. Gas rep. Department of Health.
John's not here.
Judge? Yeah, we've participated in a couple of EDC's geographical response plan drills. One in Greene County, one in Columbia County. That's for spill mitigation along the rail lines. Or in general, just spill mitigation, either transportation, rail or truck. We've got rid of our hazmat truck and we're doing all our response now off the trailers. So we're about 90% complete on restructuring our response capabilities with that. And the hazmat grant opened about 2 weeks ago for 23 and 24 with a 8-week return on applications. It's got to be done by December 9th. That's a pretty quick turnaround and a fair amount, a lot less money than is typically been out before for hazmat stuff. So we're trying to hurriedly go through that to see what we can qualify for. That's it.
Is it just one grant?
Well, it's 2 funding years, 2 separate grants. It's 2 funding years, funding year 23 and funding year 24. And we are in 25. So, and that's how that works.
Yeah, I wrote down 23 and I'm like, did I hear that right?
They just closed out last August, 22. So that's just how it works.
And it's a delivery schedule for my truck trucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Anything else?
That's it, unless somebody got questions.
No, nothing on the highway end.
Okay.
So I haven't been here a bit. Jim Marcel from CISA. We just came off our federal holiday unpaid.
Yeah.
I worked through the whole thing, but we've been slowed down. I try to attend these around my region. I got the 20 eastern counties in New York. I try to either attend or attend virtually when I can. Trying to reestablish some stuff in your county. I'm right across in Albany County, Greene County area. Our new focus with the new administration, we're really looking at some classified level, some threats to water, wastewater. So I'd be looking at maybe use these types of groups to get contacts at the county facilities. I know the state does some of the stuff already, so usually we don't double tap. But also, these groups are great. We're very concerned with the the supply chain to defense contractors and defense industrial base. And I know on the western side of the river, as you go down the Hudson Valley, there's a lot of mom and pop shops that manufacture, widgets that go into the defense industry. I'm guessing there's probably some on this side of the river. So if there's ever, anyone with that kind of knowledge, you might know of an aluminum place or, a place that makes rubber, this place across the river makes rubber that goes into a specific track for one of our fighting vehicles. Some global tensions and stuff. So we're kind of focusing on some the cyber threat, but also securing offering some services to these types of facilities. Other than that, I would like to at some point get a presentation. We offer a lot of training and exercises, all free. So far, they haven't fired our training exercise people, so we still offer it. And you know, we've been successful at that, doing large scale, tabletop exercise, et cetera. So
Yeah, leave your contact information.
Yep. I'll leave some cards here at the end.
That way we can, contact you.
Yep.
We should be booked for February, but maybe we can do the one in May.
Yeah,
If you're, if you're available.
got a daughter's graduation from vet school, but depending on when that is, I should be available.
Yeah, it's usually this Tuesday of the month, which is what, the second
Tuesday. Wow.
You got May 19th
Yeah.
on the sheet here.
May 19th, yeah. Yeah, it's right on the bottom.
Oh,
That's-
yeah,
Yeah.
I'll look ahead and I would probably bring someone in for that. And so even if I can't attend, they must be able to present it, but
Okay. We have the equipment here.
yeah, it's pretty simple. No theatrics.
Okay.
Just, plug and play.
That's great. We'll, I'll grab your card and,
Okay.
be in touch with you.
Yeah, state police really is nothing, we're just plodding along, classes are graduating, so we're getting more people in this area, but.
Yeah. I wear another hat. I'm the judge in Greenport.
Okay.
I love the cell phone tickets.
I was a trooper ship last night. There were a couple of-
Yeah, this morning. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I heard
Yeah, I
that.
think they're okay from what I understand.
They okay or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
From what I gather, yeah.
Welcome.
Sorry.
Do you have anything else?
No.
No, okay.
So we're wrapping up, the major projects for this year, which, is basically mostly maintenance. Tree trimming is still ongoing a little bit, but that's even wrapping up. We're looking for planning for next year's, circuits, what we need to do as far as distribution circuits. We've got a switching station on Hilltop, substation is a switching station. We are in the, trying to get approval to extend the fence line from the village of Chatham, in order to accommodate the new breakers. We're replacing the H-frame structure in that substation, as well as the H-frame transmission poles outside of the fence line of that, for a monopole. So we've got some upgrades, maintenance, mostly basically just maintenance projects going on at that substation that will harden that switching station, and allow us to do some quicker switching if we need to backfeed circuits, which is the Kleinkill and Prairieville 411 and 610, I believe. So that's more reliability. Has nothing to do with upgrading, getting more capacity, and it has nothing to do that since that substation doesn't have transformers. It's just breakers that are in there. So hopefully Monday night, the village will go ahead and allow it again, vote on the extension of the fence line. Who knew? It would take 4 months to get us to extend the fence line, but anyway, we have had a couple of storms where we've had some outages, and it's given us an idea of how those smart meters are working, and it's good. We are starting to see the data coming in. Quicker responses when an outage goes out. Our system is able to learn where the problems may be on the distribution circuits based on the customers that are out. So right now, in the past, we've had to use eyes and customer reporting in order to figure that out. We still need to have customer reporting if there's a tree on a wire, or, if the pole is broken or whatever. but at least we know how many people are impacted by it. And that's based on the fact that we don't get a ping from the meter. So we are seeing some positive feedback from those from the meters. So I'm kind of excited about that.
Yeah, sounds good.
Have you seen any failures with the meters yet to speak of anything?
No.
We haven't had any calls to say on that.
Yeah, hopefully more.
Right, yeah. But I mean, there was a lot of noise out there for months about,
Yeah.
you
Well,
know,
I mean, the
how
thing
terrible
is
they are.
we, in other divisions, we actually had, in the Ithaca division, we had one meter. We installed it, and within a few days, after a storm went through, all of a sudden it started pinging, sending out high temperature, because it has a temperature gauge inside of it. We didn't know what it was because we didn't know it had that capability. I mean, there are a slew of capabilities that we have yet to even touch. But it was sending out a message and saying that there's a high temperature, high temperature, high temperature. And then all the meters that were attached to it, because it's like a daisy chain, it sends whenever it's, how it works is it works as a daisy chain when they send the readings in. It's all sent to another meter, and then that sends it to a node, and then the node sends it to our billing system in Binghamton. So what had happened is it started a chain reaction where it started throwing out voltage problems as well. So our smart meter team says, oh, it wasn't doing this before. They immediately sent a ticket to the line crews and said, can you go check this out? Something's happening. It's sending out a high temperature report and a voltage irregularity. So they get out there and they're like, well, how can it be sending a high? They get out there, and what was happening is there was a strike on the line. And when it did, it screwed up the transformer. And the subsequent transformers on that line, there was 10 meters that had problems, voltage problems, due to the transformers, due to the lightning strike.
Right.
So they were able to get out there, and before anything ever happened, they changed the transformer, they changed, all the transformers, checked out the fuses, made sure everything was copacetic and everything was back to normal once they did that. But it's not something that would have normally popped up unless there was, something
bigger
reported
problem.
by the customer. The customer never noticed anything. And so, but we were able to get right on it, send out a crew, and they're like, I don't know, their first response is, what are you talking about? It's fine out there.
Yeah.
Just go take a look. It's sending out a high temperature report. There's a reason for that. So they get out there, and sure enough.
Good.
So, those are the one-offs, but obviously
Important.
it's important. Exactly. So, which is a good thing. So, but other than that, I'll have an update for you probably at the next meeting as to what our projects are going to be. Our rate case is still, we're getting ready to get into the negotiation part of it. The public hearing is done. We have a lot, like $14 billion worth of system upgrades, substation upgrades, transmission upgrades, distribution upgrades, that are part of that. Some of it has to do with the mandates from the state to electrify the system, which I don't know if they've changed their mind this week on that or not. It's a daily occurrence. But overall, there are just many, many projects around the state that we have to get done for reliability and for capacity. We're at capacity at a number of our substations around the state. So those are part of this rate case. We had to put in for a 1-year rate case. We are proposing that 1-year rate case be brought out to a 5-year rate case. It's a lot easier for us to budget and to set up long lead time items when we're looking at a 5-year instead of just a 1 year. So, but again, that'll typically takes about 11 months, and we put in the end of June of this past year. So it'll probably be May, June of next year before we hear anything. So,
I came in, we were talking about updating the circle line.
okay,
And it hasn't been done since 2019, so somebody's gonna send it out. And maybe at the next meeting, we can review, some of it, if anybody has any changes. So I promise I'll look over this time. But anyway, okay, anything else?
yes, sir.
All right, so then, any additional business? So it looks like, if there isn't, our calendars for 2026, the dates are here on the agenda. Those kind of follow what we did here in 2025 with the dates. We made that change, so it would be easier, for the, board. Anyway, so those are the dates. There's nothing else as far as any business. Hopefully, maybe we can have you or somebody come in February. Or not February, no, in May. This February, I believe, I'll be in touch with you, but I believe that Kevin Johnson from 911, our new coordinator, going to give us a short presentation then, and then we also have to take a look at the SERP plan, see what we have going on. Maybe there won't be any changes. I don't know. But we'll take a look at it. All right. So I'll ask for an adjournment.
Don't move.
And
Second.
all in favor? Aye. Wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving.
All right, everybody, we're gonna bring this November 18th Health and Human Services Committee meeting to order. I want to start by saying we have a lot of people coming in at 5, so I guess I can't allow as much free conversation as normal. So we gotta stay on a timeline here. So we're gonna start actually, even though we had on the agenda, we had it slightly different. We're gonna start with Department of Health. Director McGann.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Earlier today, requesting authorization to abolish a public health nurse position and create and fill an LPN position.
I'll move it. Second.
Further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
And then request to fill one early intervention service coordinator due to resignation.
Move it. Second.
Further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
And fill one early intervention senior service coordinator due to resignation.
Move it. Second.
Further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
So 2 early intervention people at the same time? Anything happen?
One has left for a position with the state, and then one has left for another agency. Request authorization to renew affiliation agreements with colleges and universities.
Move it.
Second.
Further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
And authorization to renew annual contracts.
Move it. Second.
Further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
Renewal, of annual contracts for grant funding.
Move it.
Second.
Further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
And authorization to enter into an agreement with Questar BOCES for EMT students.
Over that with pleasure.
Second.
Further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
Oh, and then I've got a conference request to send our preparedness specialist to the 2026 Preparedness Summit in Baltimore. I believe, yes.
Move it. So a second?
Second.
Further discussion? I was thinking of a different traffic summit when I first read that. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
And then finally, my director's report.
Eventually.
Eventually, yes. Happy to answer any questions that anyone of you might have.
Any questions on the report? Thank you very much, Director.
Thank you.
Sorry.
That's all right. No, that was me. That was totally me.
Alrighty, up next, Office of the Aging.
I don't know if I'm gonna move.
I don't have much for you. I have, request to fill our full-time site manager position because the great one and only Carol Carlson has retired. Already cried a lot about it. Very upsetting. We also, we did an interview with Carol in the Senior Scoop this last edition, if you want to read about her. I didn't realize she's had like every job in the book. It was a very interesting interview.
I'll move it. Second.
Further discussion, how long was she with us?
It's in the interview.
It's in the scoop. It's a good way to point to a periodical, all right.
If you had asked me like 2 weeks ago, I probably would have remembered, but
Well, make sure to convey to her from the committee our sincerest gratitude.
I will.
Is she on now?
She's fine. There's a bunch of nice pictures. The sites that she ran were all very, excited for her to retire. She's been working forever. I want to say, it's been a long time. I don't know the amount of years.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
We'll have to read it, right?
Yeah, there's other great stuff in there too, in the article. My next is a request to create and fill a new cook one. This will be our third cook for the kitchen. We are getting rid of the senior site worker position that Amanda Pizer, who is currently our nutrition program coordinator, vacated. We finally got word back that she passed her test. Yay. So we would like to get rid of the senior site worker position and create a third cook position.
Move it.
Second.
Further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
Opposed. No, voting against that.
Lastly is just a quick update on the grab and go program that we implemented November 5th in response to the SNAP cuts. So far, so this on the screen locations, it's each one of our senior centers. We've also added the Dwyer Food Pantry, which is Columbia County Veterans, and at least one town hall, Copig Town Hall, has been added. We've reached out to some of the other locations. I know Amanda had a conversation.
Yeah, I had questions on it. Personally, whatever you think is beneficial, but I didn't understand honestly what was different between that and just having someone sign up for Meals on Wheels. Because when I had asked her that question, I said, well, do they have to sign up for every day? Or she said, no, they can sign up for one day. So what's the difference between this program and that program? And, the other issue was for us,
Having somebody there.
correct. So it was like, we don't know when they're actually going to get to your town hall to be able to provide us with that. We have part-time, staff. So again, I'm not against it. I just didn't understand.
That's a very good question. So one of the things that we've been talking about in the larger, some of the other department heads, some of the supervisors, just making plans in response to food insecurity. I know that I've talked to yourself about it there, but that's a good question that a lot of people probably wouldn't understand. So our home delivered meals program, there's a pretty lengthy and comprehensive assessment process that someone needs to go to get put on that meal. A grab and go, very similar to our senior centers, they can just call up, if they're over the age of 60, they can call up and get a meal that
Okay,
day.
that wasn't explained.
I can do better explaining.
No, it's fine. That's, you don't need more. That makes total sense. I didn't
So that,
understand it. Okay.
yeah, and that's why we kind of rolled it out way for folks to get access to food rather than, and it's an entryway into the home delivery
Fine.
meals program.
Um,
So
how do you solve the nobody at the town?
at town hall,
Well, it was more like
You just got a budget for more hours. There's no problem.
Well, it's more like we're here till noon this day, food another day, right? So then she was saying basically that, well, we're not sure when they're gonna get this. So what happens if they come and no one's there?
Right.
Like, we were just concerned to
Right.
make sure that the
We-
program worked,
We started it with kind of taking a map of it and picturing out where all of our senior centers are located and then looking at areas of the county where we
Right.
aren't currently hitting that we already have existing meal delivery routes going through, whether it be a volunteer, which I think is, or New Lebanon, I think is a volunteer that goes past New Lebanon Town Hall every day. Austerlitz is one of our staff goes that way, like maybe once or twice a week, whatever days she
Right.
said. So trying to figure out if that worked out with what already exists, just to get something started. And then as we get farther into it and we see if there's still a need, we can kind of work around situations like that. But that being said, we started tracking the meals that have gone out. So since November 5th, I don't have any updates from today, although I don't believe any were reserved today. We've done a total of only 75 meals. So I don't think the word is getting out to people enough. We'll work on, a better flyer to get out to folks, but if you could also work to just letting your people know in your towns, your residents, that this is available if they need it, they just give us a call. Right now we're doing sandwiches because it's easiest to kind of get it going right away. And then also, because we don't know kind of the general amount of meals we're looking at. But the plan is for this to continue and be moved to a hot meal. It will be the same as the meal that goes to the sites and the home delivered that day. We've been in talks with the state where other counties for their grab and go meals will have, a hot meal for that day. And then someone can also bring home 3 frozen meals to get through however many days to get through the rest of the week. Math is hard. 7 days in a week, you get a hot meal for today, 6 frozen meals.
I jinxed it when I said we were moving right along. My fault.
Oh, it's your fault.
Let me go when we're live.
Okay.
All right.
Returning from the abyss of technical difficulties, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
Okay, and the fourth and final financial resolution is me requesting to do a budget modification from the consultant line to the employee line. We had a nurse practitioner who went from consulting to employee status, so we have to move money from one bucket to the other.
Move it.
Second,
I'm sorry, what is, can an employee at a cost of $160,000 a year? Can you just explain that a little bit?
Actually, nurse practitioner.
Okay.
Need I say more?
Nope.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Good work on seizing someone from the public sector, man.
Yes.
We actually paying more to consultant.
Yes, that's correct. There's a savings here.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
thank you for
that's-
pointing that out, Chairman. But just to put it in context for your supervisor. you guys-
we got it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
So next we move on to personnel resolutions. This is to backfill a budgeted vacant intake clerk position. The individual was promoted and filled another support type position in our department. So we're looking to garner your support to backfill the vacancy.
Second.
Further discussion? So you had recruitment, now you have retention,
And these
keep it in-house. All in favor?
These have all gone through point one.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes,
Thank you. Second,
Opposed? Carried. Sorry for this delay.
second and last personnel resolution has to do with behavioral health social worker
Move it.
position. Thank you.
Do I have a second? I'll second it. Further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
Okay, on to general resolutions. First one is for consulting with CCSI. We use them for various billing issues, work around the consolidated fiscal report as well. It just helps to have them in our pocket, to have them as a consultant and an expert in this area.
I'll move it.
second.
Further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
Second, general resolution is for Dr. Carlos Valle to renew our contractual relationship with him for psychiatry services for pretty much the 2026 year.
Move it.
Second.
Further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
Third
general resolution is for the Bonadio Consulting Group. Similarly, we use them for general consulting around financial matters.
I'll move it.
Second.
Further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
Next resolution is to with Dr. Jeremy Vos, former employee of the Department of Human Services, who consults with us around the competency examinations. Those are the examinations that sometimes the district attorney, public defender, or a judge can order to determine whether the person is qualified to participate in their defense.
Is that the same
No,
resolution?
it's not.
No.
I was just looking at.
Oh,
that.
sorry.
No,
Wait, this is-
there's probably one that's
This is-
scanned
I
in.
can't see it anyway, so there you go. Oh, I don't see it. I'm looking for it.
Yeah, it's, this is the BIOS one, right? Of course,
Corson, I had this number 5. I was on 4.
yeah, number 4 isn't there.
Missing.
It's not in the packet.
Okay.
Oh, it was for,
Dr. Jeremy Vos.
Yeah.
To conduct 730 examinations.
Move it.
And he does them at a flat rate of $500 an examination if you're wondering.
Further discussion?
you don't have it in your packet.
I don't see it.
It was
All
in
in favor?
mine. Sorry.
No, it's probably on my end.
And this isn't the first time we've done this with
Yeah.
Dr. Bailey, right?
I know.
No, it's a renewal.
Renewal.
And they have to have the 730 exams if they're ordered by the judge. So.
Correct. We do them on the county's behalf.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
Okay, so the next 3 should be renewals of contract with recruiters. The first one being Corson. This is a recruiter for psychiatrists, nurse practitioners. I like to have those on hand just in case the need arises. It's good to have them. They don't cost us anything.
I'll move all 3.
Thank you.
Second.
Of the expedient, all in favor of the 3?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
All right, and that should bring us on to a resolution that we have with Columbia Green Community College, in which they pay us to have one of our staff there providing behavioral health services.
Move it.
Second.
Further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
9th and almost last, but not quite, is for Beatrice Velez. She's a consultant that we've used for our staff development day. She's been very well received by the staff. We'd like to just have her on retainer for the maximum amount of $6,000 throughout the upcoming year so that we can tap into her more spontaneously and have to go through, the process of a resolution each and every time we want to engage in a financial relationship with her services.
Move it.
Second.
Further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
Trauma doesn't wait for a resolution.
Well said, thank you. So last resolution here is with the 1011 group, which is more recently known as Insora. They're our EHR electronic health record vendor, and we're renewing with them for only a year this go around. It's usually 3 to 5 years. But a larger conversation for another time. We've started to inquire about another EHR for various reasons. Basically, this product is showing itself to be outdated and antiquated with no signs of updating on the near horizon. So we're looking for a more appropriate product for ourselves, but that's a large undertaking. So we figured we would just renew for a year and allow ourselves that time to explore our options.
I'll move that.
Second.
Further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
Have you done any investigative work? Is there reason to believe that when we change vendors, we're going to see a much changed budget, a big increase in price? Because of the way that,
No, we've taken a hard look at one vendor. It's called Valent. And in fact, their initial administrative fee would still bring us to less than what we're paying in Sora at the moment. And then in years 2 and 3, it would go down $20,000.
okay,
So it's in fact,
happy
it's
hunting.
a savings. But yes, we're in the early stages of previewing products, and it can get overwhelming fast because they all promise you the world, and what they deliver is a different story. So we have to take a good hard look. Representatives from MIS have been a huge help in that, so I'm very grateful to their guidance and support. But once we pick something, I'll be bringing it to your attention, and we'll be talking about it here. Sure. Great. And one last thing I'd like to talk about that's on the agenda is a conference request. We're looking to use Kurt Almer funding. So this wouldn't cost the county anything per se. An employee, behavioral social worker, has requested permission to go to Chicago for a training around narrative therapy. This is an evidence-based therapy that she has some familiarity with and would like to expand her knowledge on it. The training itself, I think, comes in at $2,500 or so, $100, and it's 3 separate weeks over the course of 2026. And there's, hotel and airfare cost.
No cost to the county?
No cost to the county, and this is a person that I believe worth investing in.
Education is.
And can we say the motion in the seconds for all 3 dates?
Yeah, it's 3, he's got it as 3 dates on the one,
Yeah.
but it is 3 separate because they're just staying in different
Yes.
places each time.
Terrific. And motion in the second, further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
All right, with that, any questions for me, or I yield the floor?
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you very much,
Really appreciate
Director.
it. Thank you. Thank you for all your support throughout the year. I know we don't meet in December, so thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
And that's only a few months away, right?
It is.
Yeah.
All right, coming up next, Commissioner Gibson, DSS.
Good afternoon. So first request for me is authorization to fill the council to the commissioner position. And I'll just say I have been operating under an emergency fill, which I greatly appreciate. And this individual is actually in the position.
Second.
Further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
Second is to fill one senior assistant social services attorney. I have not filled that yet.
Move it.
Second.
Further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
Third request is to fill a caseworker position.
Move it.
Second.
Further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
The fourth is request to fill one senior social welfare examiner position.
Second.
Further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
The fifth was, and we sent these down with the agenda this month. This is the annual renewal of our existing contracts in Mass. Any questions on those?
And second? Further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
I also have to make a budget transfer, so that's request number 6. From my personal services to my professional services other line. I've been using a contract attorney while there's been no attorneys in the office, so it's just, it makes sense to.
I'll move it.
Second.
Further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
If there's any questions, I'll take them on. I'm not 92 homeless right now. And the warming shelter is open. And we'll be doing things. I will look to see, one of the questions that the OFA director brought up was, is there any particular activity going on Thanksgiving for people? I know I'll have people there. Whether I'll have an activity, I don't know, but I can ask, and I can certainly see if a congregate meal, or box meals could be served so that it would give some folks something to do. So there's that. I also, we do have a group that needs supervisors and department heads, and we've just been talking about federal funding generally and staying ahead of the curve. Not just, it helped because we had already been together as a group when the budget impasse came, so we were able to activate pretty quickly, but we've been meeting longer than that, and it really started with the change we all see coming in federal funding. And the question on the table, I guess I have is there a need to meet again before December, given, everything that we do have on the table through the rest of November? So Supervisor Adams, you were there, Chairman, Collins, you were there. Is there any reason we would want to get that group together before December?
I think you brought everyone up to date, and I mean, I think we're fine. Money's starting to move and.
Yeah, it's starting to move. Heat's going to be opening. We've maintained the relationships that we do have. So in other words, Columbia Kitchen has actually increased their meal delivering. You hear OFA is moving right along with that.
All right, we're back from executive session. We are recording. That being said, to finish off the DSS conversation, we'd like to see a motion to support Commissioner Gibson in his liaising with Berkshire Travel Lodge for further expansion.
Yeah, Berkshire Travel Lodge has been studying for a couple of years now what's going on at the Galvin Civic Motel, learn more about it. During that process, ended up setting aside all its room for DSS clients anyway. That doesn't require a contract. He said, I'm just gonna offer my rooms to you, but I'm interested in, I'd like to make repairs to my building. I'd like to build out a common room. I'd like to put a kitchen in. I'd like to put offices in, much like there is at Galvin. And I'd like to dedicate some of my profit on this endeavor to a service organization that would provide on-site service every day. I'd like to build out an apartment that I have on here and make that available to a family that may have been either very recently, find themselves homeless, or that way we don't have to put them in hotel rooms and continue to offer that. And Supervisor Adams and I have been sort of keeping up on this with Mr. Modi, who operates, and are very interested. And now we're at that point where, hey, let's bring that to the home committee, because he's ready to invest in his facilities and build this. And are we interested in the same type of relationship we would have with Galvin? And
I certainly think that the Galvin model has been a good success story. So if we could repeat that.
Well, I think it's a good concept. I mean, I think we need a little more. I think it's, well, the chairman said, I think we have to just continue the conversation, right? I mean, what are we committing to it?
Right, yeah, we don't know that.
Right,
now,
that's
but
all
I'm
I'm
saying,
saying.
as a model.
Hypothetically, it sounds fine, but what exactly are we committed to?
I think we're supporting Commissioner Gibson's
Exploration.
request to continue to explore
Yes, that,
the site and the location.
What she said. That's a motion. Do I have a second?
I second that motion.
Further discussion?
Brenda said.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Thank you, Commissioner.
And I would just like to say, I know we're going out the door. In the conversations that we've had with this gentleman, I think he has demonstrated commitment, and I think he'll be a good partner for us. So I really appreciate your giving us the opportunity to explore this.
yeah. Thank you.
I look forward to hearing more.
Any more from the committee? Anything from the public? Thank you for joining us. All in favor of adjourning?
Adjourn.
Second? All in favor? Aye. Good night, everybody.
I guess you're only 6 weeks away.